Hi, and welcome to this video about the main question types for IELTS Academic Writing Task 1. In Task 1, there are several types of visuals you may be asked to describe. Let's have a look at each of these. One common type of graph in IELTS is a line graph. It is commonly used to show information that changes over time. The points in time are connected by lines. You can easily see trends and patterns on line graphs. The next type of graph is a bar graph. Bar graphs use rectangular blocks, or bars, to compare quantities over time. There are 5 main features of line and bar graphs that you should be aware of. These are the title, the x-axis, or horizontal axis, which usually shows the time period. The y-axis, or vertical axis, which usually shows the categories being measured. The unit of measurement. And possibly a key or a legend, which gives information about the categories. It is important that you are able to identify these features, as you will need them to write your response to Task 1. Now that you've seen the features of line and bar graphs, let's have a look at pie charts. A pie chart is a type of graph in the form of a circle, cut into different size pieces. It is easy to compare the size of each piece to other pieces and to the whole circle. Pie graphs are commonly used to show percentages. The sum of the pieces in the pie chart is always 100%. These charts may contain a key, or the pieces of the chart will be labelled, as shown here. Here is an example of a table. A table organises data into rows, which are horizontal, and columns, which are vertical. It always has a title and headings on top of the columns. Here is another example of information in a table. However, this one is different as it shows a sequence of events. You may also be asked to describe a diagram, process, or procedure. A diagram can show how something is made or how something works. This example is a diagram of the steps in a process or procedure. Although this type of visual is less common, you still need to be prepared for it. A process could also be shown as a flowchart. A flowchart shows a sequence of steps. It uses different shapes, commonly boxes, to represent steps or actions in a process. The relationship between the shapes is shown by connecting lines or arrows. Another rare question type are visuals of maps. You could be asked to describe one map, as shown in this example, or you could also be asked to describe multiple maps, such as a map in the past and a map in the present, or a map in the present and a map in the future. A Task 1 question could also contain a combination of different types of visual information. In this example here, there is a bar graph and a pie chart. However, there could be other combinations. If you have more than one visual, you must make sure you address both in your response.